John Meyer's now joined by Coach Maz. So you have to get 3 consecutive wins to move on. You get one yesterday against East Stroudsburg, a really good team. And then you have to sweep the Lakers today. You were able to do that. What was the mindset after that heartbreaking loss Friday that allowed your team to come back and do this?
Immediately after the loss was devastation. I've never seen our guys like that. That was a really tough blow. And I wasn't sure how they were going to show up the next day against East Stroudsburg. The only thing I did, I mentioned this to Dan in the interview, is just tell them, remove the emotion from it. Look at the score. They had 8 runs and we had 6. It doesn't matter how they got it or when they scored. Just to help put it into perspective for those guys. It was a quick turnaround. I loved how we responded against East Stroudsburg. And coming into today, I don't know if I was right or wrong, but I convinced our guys that the pressure was on them. It was on Mercyhurst and not us. We were in that position 2 years ago. All we had to do is win 1 game on this field for a championship. And we didn't. We lost 2 to Bloomsburg. So we were in that position before, and I felt like if we could convince ourselves that the pressure was on them, we would play a little bit looser, and I think we did that. I thought the last time we played them a couple days ago, we were a little bit tight, kind of played not to lose, and today we played to win. Some individual performances helped that, and Dino's start was, that was the kickstart for us in that 5 spot in the first inning. I think those are the 2 big keys to the day.
I know watching not only your games, but all the games the first few days, really, it was a lot of offense. It wasn't a ton of great pitching and not great defense, but it seems like today you really got both. What allowed those to come to the forefront?
I think we used our pitching staff the right way. Not that anybody else didn't, but in our 4th game, we had a 4th starter who was a normal 4th starter, and he was fresh. And I don't think anybody else had that. I mean, they brought back Buford to start this game, and he had pitched already. So things lined up for us really well on the mound because our pitchers just did their jobs. I thought it was a really important outing for Blake Barker as well. It wasn't necessarily a save situation, but to get him back in there and kind of rejuvenate himself against the team that beat him the other day and have him close out a game was really good. So that was Andino's best outing of the year, potentially the best outing of his career, and he picked a good day to do it.
I know that you played one more game than the Lakers, but it really did seem like you had more options in terms of your pitching, and there was some guys that they didn't have at their disposal, like Marizzaldi, who had been so good. So did you feel like even in losing the game, how the things played out over the first 3 days set you up pretty well?
Yes. Even when we lost to Mercyhurst, Clay, Martin, and I talked afterwards that everything lined up. We used our pitchers exactly the way we wanted to. We got a good start from Leighton? No. From
McCullough?
From McCullough, I'm sorry. Wood did his job in the middle relief, and Barker came in and closed and just made a couple bad pitches. But, yeah, everything played out, and that doesn't often happen in a tournament like this. I think you probably would have saw Marizzaldi. You would have saw Kelly as well in the second game. It's just when we got up early, there was no need to use those guys.